Hey everybody, welcome to Shooting the Ish. It's Chris shooting the Ish with Eva. How's it going?
Everything's great, actually. How's it going with you?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey Eva, what sign do you think I am? What horoscope sign?
Well, when's your birthday?
I can't tell you. Just
give
me a basic personality. Ask me a couple questions and see if you could figure it out.
Okay, so, let's see. Do you get bored very easily?
I never stop moving.
Okay. And do you think you're a playful character? Are you serious most of the time? Are you a neat freak?
Oh, I go back and forth. I could be extremes of either.
Okay. Okay. Also, so you go through the extremes of both. So you think like you have mood swings kind of sometimes, or? I
wouldn't call myself bipolar, but there's definitely a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing going on
there. And what's your favorite time of the year? Summer, fall?
Summer.
So I'm guessing you're either a Gemini or a Cancer.
Well, I think I'm both, but I am a Gemini.
Gemini. So Geminis, basically Geminis get bored very easily. There needs to be some kind of spontaneity, some kind of adventure. This goes for like friends, relationships. I mean, you name it, anything. Like, they cannot be still for too long or bored for too long because they'll just move right along.
Wow. Okay, well, I mean, what are you telling me though here, Eva? Is my whole life like destined to fate and nothing? No matter how much I run around, I can't control it because it seems like every fucking thing that you're saying is based on the day I was born.
I mean, it's not something you have to live by generally, but I just found that as I got older, a lot of these characteristics I'm finding are true. Like a Gemini, I'm not saying that you'll never settle down or you're always going to be this crazy person. I mean, you'll eventually settle down when you're ready. Like, it's very hard to pin a Gemini down. Like, you can't. It's not possible. Like, they'll settle down when they're good and ready.
We think we know what we want in the moment.
In the moment, exactly. It's perfect. But then
2 weeks later, who knows?
Shinier and newer comes along. You're like, oh, gotta go.
Well, as you said, I will be a terrific, what did you say?
Oh, no, I did say this before. I said you would be a great father, but a terrible husband. And I'm not saying I love you to death, but it's just like, for right now, like, if you told me in like 6 months that you're going to marry some girl, I'm just like, Chris, don't do it. You're not ready.
I don't think yeah.
I mean, at this point in your life, let's check back maybe in like a year or two and see where things are. But right now, no.
Every year or two we check back, you say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What are you? What is your sign?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay, so what does a Virgo do? And do you do what a Virgo does?
I tend to, yeah. Like, basically a Virgo is very organized, very, like, driven. Usually in a group setting, they're the ones to take the reins. They need things done a certain way. And they're very giving, like, to a certain extent where it's harmful to them sometimes. I think at a younger age, I realized this and kind of grew out of that for my own sake. But we tend to be really humble, but we give a lot. And sometimes to our own detriment. So
what does that mean? You take everything to heart, or you just logically see that your input is not ever returned, or how would that work?
It's like we take a very logical approach to a lot of things, and some things that we should be emotional about, we're not. Okay. So we can be. Sometimes people will think of us as being cold at sometimes, but that's if you're not in like their inner circle. So the way they treat their family, the way they treat their close friends, it's completely different from the way they treat their coworkers or, people on the outskirts of their lives.
Really?
Yeah, a lot. Like a lot of times a Virgo will, be taken advantage of by family or friends because they know that they'll be there. Like if they're reliable, they're that person that you can actually call at 3:00 in the morning and be like, yo, I need your help. So they'll do that for the people that they help, like keep close to them. But like coworkers and like acquaintances, like they don't see that side of a Virgo because they keep them at a distance.
They get starved for all you care.
Well, not starve. I mean, we are humanitarians, but compared to how we treat our family and friends, it's very different. Yeah.
Yeah, that does set up a weird dichotomy where, on one hand, you're doing so much for people who might not appreciate it, and then you're foregoing even making other friends because you think, I got to do so much for this one group.
These people.
Oh, sorry that you're dealing with that.
No, I mean it's not like it's sounding worse than it really is. It's just a natural nature. Like, we feel like we have to take care of, and there's a certain group that we take care of, and that's the group that will stay that way. We don't change friends. We don't make friends that freely. Like, the friends that we choose are friends for life. Like, we don't need to make more friends at a certain point. Like, I'm done making friends.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm glad I made it in time to be your friend.
So, you'll realize a lot. Like, a Virgo will have the same cycle of friends. Like, it's just the same people. Because they need constant, they need reliability, and if you've made it past all of that and they consider you a friend, then, it's going to stay that way.
How do you become a friend of a Virgo? Physical challenge or
no, a Virgo
word game or?
Like, a Virgo respects intellect, of course. They respect, they like someone that can actually make them laugh, because it's very hard to make a Virgo laugh. And, they respect honesty. Like, they can see through the bullshit, so they don't appreciate any of that. They'll dismiss you immediately, but they like friendships that, can hold a conversation, like people that can relate to them,
Right.
On a regular basis.
So, okay, Virgo. I'm learning something new every day. Real quick, can you give me a rundown of what the other ones are? So,
let's
just
see.
Like a general quality of the other ones, or?
Taurus people are creative. Like, a lot of them like to draw. They're very artistic. They're very anal about a lot of things and very stubborn. And Aries, they like to have fun. They're the life of the party. They're very social butterflies. Capricorns are always on some kind of health kick. I've noticed. Like, they'll get on a health kick. Like, yeah, this is good for you. This is what you should be doing to your body. And then, like, 6 months later, they're like, yeah, I'm good. And then they'll be right back to it again. And the thing about it is, once they're on that health kick and you're in their immediate group of friends, they want to get you into it. And if you are not following what they're doing, like, they start judging you. And it's just like, oh, I can't deal with it. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. Sagittarius, they're fun. They're party goers. Sometimes a little bit sensitive. What else? They can be secretive sometimes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cancers are very sensitive and moody. And there is no middle ground with them. They either love you to death or they hate you. So.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Libras are very sarcastic. They're smart. Very smart, very organized, can be sarcastic sometimes in a funny way or just in a very mean way. Aquariuses, you have two types of Aquariuses. The ones that like to have fun and joke around, and then you have the other one that's a douchebag. Like, they live to be assholes.
Wow.
It's just like you'll notice which one they are in the first maybe 5-10 minutes.
Right.
Pisces, they are good people. They're loving, they're giving, but a Pisces will never forget if you've wronged them. Like, even if they forget, they will never, ever forget, and they'll bring it up. Every time you have an argument, they'll bring it up.
What if you have what if you have, like, well, what if I'm good at drawing, but I'm also sarcastic, but also am charming, like...
See, a Gemini is... Okay, so a Gemini female is very nurturing, and then the other side of the coin is, because Geminis are known as being twins, like they have split personalities, so there's two personalities in one body, supposedly. So a female Gemini is very nurturing and whatever, very motherly and giving, and then she'll have another side to her that's very, like, crabby, moody, like, straight, banshee on wheels. A Gemini male will show you one face to let your guard down. And then once you're in, you see the other shit.
Yikes.
So it's like you see all the good qualities, the charming qualities in the beginning, and then like 6 months down the line, you start seeing the bullshit. You're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, all right. So I guess we can't mix or I guess we'll talk about who could mix and who can't. But yeah, like let's say you're trying to find a relationship. Say if you're whatever your sign is, and then you find out you're going for say a Pisces, and you're like, oh wow, we won't mix.
That's actually crazy that you said Pisces, because they're supposed to be like my complete opposite. Like that's hell for me. So,
and then what's the deal? Like, so you can't go double Gemini? You can't go two people with the same
sign? I mean, this whole thing, I'm not saying you should live by it like it's some kind of regimen or whatever, but it's just fun to play with. Like, you shouldn't judge everything based on astrology. Of course not. Like, get to know the person. But if you start to notice, like, okay, I'm not really attracted to this person, or I don't like this person, and you find out what their sign is, and you're like, huh. You know, a lot of those things that I did not like is what this person is.
Wow.
It's kind of like a game you can kind of play with yourself, but definitely don't judge a person on their sign and live by that. That's just crazy.
Right. And, but certainly there would be different, I guess there are books, that we've seen that are made about that, like, sexual chemistry or relationship chemistry, and what signs are perfect together and what signs usually don't work together.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm only speaking from experience. I'm not speaking because I'm some kind of expert. I'm speaking from experience. What I've seen personally is I don't really get along with Pisces unless they have like, and I'm on the cusp, so I'm like on the cusp of Virgo and Libra, so it's kind of like some Pisces I'll get along with and some I won't get along with, and I don't know why that is, but I know for sure that a Cancer and a Scorpio, Cancers and Scorpios are drawn to each other like naturally, like magnets, and the relationship can be so volatile to the point where they have to end the marriage or end the relationship, but they'll still be in each other's lives. Like, they keep going back to each other, no matter how much they know it's bad for them. And I've seen this scenario at least twice in my life.
Wow. Well, also, didn't the dates change at some point? Weren't they trying to, like, change the dates?
They were trying to, but, I mean, the coordinates or whatever didn't really work out, so it wasn't... mathematically it didn't work out.
Okay, so they weren't trying to, they didn't not change the date due to Hallmark card reasons. It was due to scientific stuff.
It was scientific stuff.
And I guess that's what we're kind of figuring out, that, you know, I guess some people would debunk astrology by saying it's not science, but then now, like, as new things coming out, they're like, well, there is some scientific evidence that maybe it is kind of true, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you'll see some things, it's not going to pinpoint 99.99% of you, because of course you have the whole argument with nature and nurture and all other crap, but the majority of it is you see it. You see the characteristics and you're just like, okay, you know, I know this about myself. So, but I do notice, like, Geminis do tend to have, like, their best friends are usually, like, Cancers. Their best friends.
Why is that?
I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. Like, you're drawn to that. I know Aries are attracted, the opposites that they are attracted to is Virgo and Scorpio for an Aries. And Leos, Leos are supposedly born leaders. And they could be at times a little aloof, so they'll be very standoffish, but it's not because they're keeping you at a distance. That's just their personality. Like, they just seem uninterested in practically everything people are talking about, but it's just, you know.
Yeah, they're playing it cool. They're playing it cool.
Yeah, playing it cool, yeah.
Has anyone ever come up to you and said, like, nah, that's just quack stuff, astrology?
You know, I don't talk about it unless people ask me about it. And it's because, like, a lot of my friends, like, one of my close friends, he'll tell people we'll be out, and he'll like, oh, she's like an expert on this. And I'm like, I'm not an expert. I'm just talking about it from like my experiences.
Just talking about it from all my experiences.
My own experiences. And, it's crazy. Like, they'll tell me when their birthday is. They're like, all right, well, tell me about myself. And I'll describe them. They're like, oh my God. And I'm just like, okay. You know, but it's fun. It's fun to play with.
Maybe you should become like Miss Cleo. A little commercial on TV.
No, I'm not down for wearing head wraps.
The cards don't lie, honey.
The cards don't lie. I believe in Jesus. I'm not into those tarot card things. No, I'm good. But it's fun. I mean, you should play with it and see what happens. I mean, what do you have to lose?
I guess so. Some of those books, sometimes it's a little scary to read some things that are like, wow, that's certainly true. I thought I was special, but I guess I'm just page 43 in this astrology book.
Page 43, index 2. No, it's fun. I mean, play with it. I've played with it over the years, and, you know, a lot of it's true. Some of them aren't, because, again, people are different. Their upbringings and, you know, things that they've been through do have an effect on their personalities, of course.
Who is generally the most loved sign, and who is the least loved sign? I
would say the most loved sign would be an Aries. Because in Aries is late March and then early April. Aries likes to have fun. They like to be the life of the party. They want to make sure that other people are having fun. They're just that, you know, upbeat, ongoing, you know, optimistic person. And people tend to be drawn to them. I would think the least favorite sign, I'm not really sure. It depends on the person. A lot of people say they can't stand Scorpios because they feel like they're manipulative, or they always have to be the center of attention. They tend to be jealous a lot of times, so God forbid you have another friend.
Yikes.
Or it's crazy. Or some people say a Taurus is just too much to take on because they're just so anal about every single thing, and they're so stubborn. So it depends on the person. Some people love a Scorpio. They like being, you know, felt like someone loves them that much to be so territorial. I personally don't like that, but I don't know. It's weird. It depends on the person.
Yeah, I guess so. So if I go to the doctor and they tell me I'm bipolar and I need to take this medication, then I could just say, no, I'm not.
Gemini.
I'm a Gemini.
You tell them, like, listen, guy, this is all me. It's all natural.
What you see today is not what you're going to see next week, but it's okay because I'm a Gemini.
It's all right. I'm okay with it, and you should be too.
You can't diagnose me because I
can't.
Always change.
They can't pin me down. But I think a Gemini and an Aries would work pretty well because an Aries wants to be free too. They don't like to be pinned down.
Okay, I'm going to start I'm going to start carding people.
Carding, like, when's your birthday? All right.
Find all Aries. Surround myself with them.
Scorpio, no good for you. Because they'll always want to control you, and that's the opposite of what you want. And the more that they try and control you, the more that you'll push.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's going to be quite the volatile relationship.
When are those born Scorpios?
Scorpios is November.
Okay, let me write this
actually, we're
down.
in their month,
right,
November.
Anyone whose birthday's this month, I'm Xing them from my friend list.
Late October.
Late October.
Early November.
Early November. So what do I want? I want late March and early
Aries. You want late March, early April.
I'm gonna keep this in my wallet, this information.
Yeah. I mean, a Scorpio, the chemistry would be great because it's just all like chemical reaction. Like, you guys would be attracted to each other. But relationship wise, it's like once they start trying to build that home or whatever, like, whoa.
Okay.
Let's pump the brakes. And then the more you fight, the more they're going to try and control, and it's just going to be crazy. And then you don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to break their hearts. So then you try to pull away early, and then it's just like, okay.
Yeah, what do you think about What do you think about relationships? Do you think that they drag on longer than the lifespan because people aren't being honest with each other, or that people can't be direct with each other? And is it communication that's a problem, or is it like bravery, or what's going on here?
I'm just going to say this first. Before I even say anything else, I'm going to say I'm not an expert on relationships. I'm not. I'm just giving my opinion, and I only give my opinion when it's asked for. I have been single for the past 2 years, and I got to say, I'm happy as shit. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just, I think about a relationship, and I'm just like, oh my God, I've been through this a couple of times, and it's a job. It's a job. It's an emotional toll on you. And maybe sometimes you just have to think to yourself, okay, am I ready to be in a relationship? Because I'm in a selfish stage right now. And, you know, maybe I want a relationship, but I don't want to put the time into it right now. So maybe I should just wait. And I think people need to ask themselves that question. There's nothing wrong with dating. Dating and being in a relationship are two separate things. You can date. You don't have to be in a relationship. But if you're going to take on a relationship, make sure that you are not in that selfish phase anymore.
Yeah, it's a hard thing. Everybody's waiting so long to get married these days. It's we don't know what it's like to be old. We might get there one day and say, "Oh shit, what happened?"
Actually, hey, I mean, I got good skin.
Okay.
I got good skin.
You know what I mean?
You look the way you feel, you look the way you live.
Right.
And, honey, I'm not stressing myself for anyone. If God bless you if you love that person and you're willing to go through all that Romeo and Juliet shit, but right. I can't do the drama right now. And I'm happy. Like, you have to be happy with yourself first and be happy being alone and being with yourself. And then you can be like, okay, well, I can share this with someone now.
Yeah, I see that with girls a lot. They kind of bounce, I don't mean to say this in a derogatory way, but I see that with girls. They'll go from guy to guy, and I don't mean they go from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy to guy. Some do, but no, some guys do too. But what I mean to say is that girls will have another option before they leave the relationship, or they will have another suitor lined up, and it's kind of like, well, you just jumped. You just kind of what the hell was that all about? Like,
well, like you said,
if we were together, did we mean something a week ago, but now we don't anymore, and now this other person means that to you? Or were you just done with this a while ago, and now you were waiting for the right guy to come along to jump
like
ship?
You were just keeping the seat warm.
Sometimes guys get stupefied. They're like, "What? I thought things were going great.
What's going on?"
No, but
good. I mean, subconsciously you didn't say women, you said girls.
Okay, but
yeah, they're still in that mentality that still have that insecurity about them. So
insecurity. Girls, I would be if I was dating a 50-year-old woman, I'd probably say girl.
Really?
I think so. Maybe I should change that.
I don't think so.
Should I start using lady or woman?
Woman, young ladies, I don't know.
50-year-old ladies.
It's gonna roll off the tongue when you believe in it. Right now, you feel like, okay, women to you right now, or the vast majority of them, act like little girls.
I'm not saying I believe that. I'm just saying I use the term girls. Yeah, maybe you're right.
You know, because you're like, okay, well, I don't understand you. Like, we were together for...
I'm saying that guys will break up with no other option. Girls
have other options.
Ladies, whatever, have other options. And if they don't, they'll quickly
get
other callers.
Yeah, it's called...
Guys are like, I'm leaving. I got no plan. Bye. I'm going to just sit here for a while. I'll figure it out.
And next thing you know, homegirl's like, yeah, like, what do you want? And you hear another man's voice in the background, like, what the fuck? What? It's been a week. Like, are you serious? What is going on? She's like, yeah, whatever, come get your shit. Like, what?
But what is, I guess it's just a difference of men and women. What is that difference?
it's a difference because girls or women or ladies or whatever you want to call it,
dames. No, we won't go.
Dames.
That's old. That's old.
This day and age, it's this whole like, I'm not going to be played. You know, I'm going to get him before he gets me because I'm not going to be the dumb one with egg on my face. You know, it's just like that constant, you know. And
that goes back to what you're saying. It could be a business sort of thing.
It could be a business sort of thing because if you really think about it, who really has the upper hand in the dating scene? Like, you know, a guy, you know, can, you know, send a text message and ask a girl to send, you know, some cleavage or some kind of sexting shit. The guy is going to get a pat on the back. The girl's life is practically over.
Why are girls doing that? We should have a course in first grade. Sexting.
You should because one day you might have a daughter and God forbid you don't want some creep getting in her head and telling her to do these things because she's that naive. You never want your daughter to feel that way ever.
You know, at the same time, I understand the argument, but at the same time, I never believed in the stork. I was shown graphic fucking imagery when I was very young about how it happens, and maybe it'd be nice to believe in the stork for a little while, you know?
Just a little bit, you know, keep that innocence a little bit, you know?
Oh, wow, that's how it happens.
But it's kind of like you have to decide when to cut that off because you don't want your kid going to school stupid. Like, and when I say stupid, I mean like naive. Like, you don't want them unarmed. Okay.
Right.
And they learn these things young. It's not starting in junior high school. I mean, they learn these things young, like grade school. So, you know.
Yeah. Just takes that one kid in the class to hit puberty early, and then it's a mess.
It really is a mess. It's really ill. But you got to be careful. Like, girls are very complex. Very, you know, sensitive beings, and you have to tread lightly because everything they learn from you. Mm-hmm. I mean, their father is the first male figure that they look up to.
Right.
You know, you're their hero. A mother is a son's, you know, that's their mother. They're going to protect their mother. They're going to love, and that's how they're going to treat their girlfriend or wife. So they learn these roles early, you know, and what's acceptable and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so how do you explain all the relationship problems we have in this country? Is everybody's parents fucked up?
Everyone's parents were divorced. I mean, really think about it. How many of your friends' parents were even still together by junior high school?
You know what's weird? When I was in grammar school, I think I was one of the only ones with split families, but then some people actually started splitting later.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird.
It started.
It's weird for me because I just figured, don't all people's parents split before they can remember it? But
yeah, like it was really crazy. Mine happened in 12th grade.
What's that like when you're older and that happens?
No, I meant to say when I was 12 years old, not 12th grade. Jesus.
Okay.
I'm like, what?
I know. I knew some people that I was going through at that age, and it was kind of rough for them.
Oh yeah, and it affects you because 12 parents getting divorced, being the oldest child, you know, a lot of responsibility goes on your shoulders. So that also molds what your personality is going to be, you know. But everyone's divorced. No one really takes marriage seriously.
Terrible.
I joke around with my best friend, and you know, we joke around all the time. We're like, you know what? Like at a certain point, if we haven't figured it out, we'll just marry each other.
There you go.
You know? It's
legal now. Is it legal now over there? In New York?
My best friend's actually a man. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely legal. That's still legal, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's legal too. Still, yeah, that's legal too. But yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, no one really thinks about marriage right now, especially in New York. Like, everyone's dating. Everyone is focused on their careers and their startups and their businesses. And no one's really thinking about having kids and getting married. I don't have time for that. You know? Yeah. Women, like, our age, like, our generation are having kids later. You know, because they're still trying to get their finances together, get their credit scores together to get out of, you know, their parents' basement or whatever the situation might be.
We're in a wacky time, aren't we?
Yeah, we're setting a precedent. Like, I'm telling you, everything is different. You can't follow, you know, the same rules as before. Everything is different.
So let's pretend you or I have a child in 9 months from tonight. No, in like a day or two.
Like, sorry guys.
Let's say like a day or two from now, me or you has a child. So now we knew the way our generation viewed, or we're starting to realize what affects the way our generation viewed our parents. What's going to happen to these kids? What are they going to see? How is that going to affect them?
You have to, I mean, you're going to have a kid take responsibility for it. Just because the parents aren't together doesn't mean co-parenting is not successful.
No. What I'm saying is we're talking about how childhood was for Generation Y, but how will it be for Generation whoever? That would be beyond Z. That would be like a double Z.
Oh, yeah, fuck. It's Y and then Z, and then it's just Z. I don't know what they would be called.
They would be called ZA, or maybe we'll go right back to A, Generation
Zygotes.
A. Yeah.
Zygotes.
Yeah, you gotta look up the next...
the zygotes.
Dictionary definition next to Z.
I think they would be...
Generation really screwed. No, well, like, what would they see?
No, I don't think they'd be screwed because our generation, with all these startups and all these things, a lot of them would be kids of successful business people. So they would be driven and goal-oriented, too. And very green, like caring about... Because our generation is all about taking care of the earth and going green and all this liberal crap. But... the generation right after us is just a bunch of Miley Cyrus zombies. And then the generation after that would be our children.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so it goes in like every two.
Cycle.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So what would they grow up seeing or believing or thinking about the world in terms of relationships and how to act towards men and women?
I think they'll be more flexible. I think they'll be more flexible in different kinds of families. Because we're looking at from a generation, like, don't get me wrong, like all this, you know, progression for gay marriage and all this stuff, this is all happening now. This is very new. This is still very new. When we grew up with traditional values.
Yeah.
Very rigid values, actually. We grew up, even though a lot of progression has happened for gay marriage and gay rights, which is awesome, it's still new. You know, this is happening now. We grew up with traditional values, very rigid values.
Right.
So our children will grow up in a world or with values like, you know, different kinds of families do exist. It's man and woman, woman and woman, man and man, whatever you want to do. As long as it's a family, a loving family, it's a family. And a lot of political views too. So...
right.
Government will change. Government will be very different from the way it is now.
So are we, based on the fact that we grew up with rigid family values, are we destined to all become old hard asses?
We're going to be the opposite. We're already showing that we're the opposite.
How? If we were implanted with those rigid ideas?
I mean, we grew up with it, but that doesn't mean we followed them. I mean, look at it now. Like, we're so different from our parents. So now that we're the parents in this scenario, this new scenario,
right?
You know, we be the ones supporting our children. Like, this, you know, this is good. You know, and a lot of people in political office and everyone from our generation would be kind of influencing government at that point.
Right. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And like I said before, the last time we had a segment about this, we're like kind of like the pioneers right now. Everything is going to be shifted differently. All the old people now, all the old farts that are in political office now, that's all going to be gone by the time we're in our old age. We would be there.
You sound, we will take the power.
We are taking it.
I feel like you're the brain and I'm Pinky.
Oh, God. He's like, yes. I'm telling you, it's going to be a completely different world.
Wow. I'm afraid of the future.
Why are you afraid?
I don't know. I'll have a ball when we get there, but protest it till we're there.
Oh my god. It's fucking crazy. And it's weird. I don't know. You might have a baby genius. You know, that can play Mozart when he's like 6.
I hope so. Make me some money.
Money.
Hey, so basically the Miley Cyrus generation is doomed. What will their kids? That would be Generation B then, or I guess if we're going back to A.
It's gonna be and you know what? I don't want to talk about a generation so badly because people talk about our generation so badly. But it's like from what I've seen, it's kind of like this Peter Pan kind of, but like Peter Pan on crack. It's just like, I don't want to grow up. I don't want to have to do shit. I don't want to have to, you know, like, all right, well, I had kids, but, you know, I'm trying to follow my dreams right now. Like, can someone else take care of them? Like, it's just going to be really crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be really crying.
You're going to see, like we see out here in LA, kids with makeup running around.
Yeah, and they look like 8-year-olds with like mascara and what was that movie again with that fat kid from Superbad, and then he was in this movie where he was babysitting these kids.
Oh yeah, that was the
oh my god,
like Jonah Hill was in the
Jonah Hill.
Was it the babysitter? Was it that simple?
Something like that. And the little girl was the worst one. She was like 7 or 8, and she's sitting in the car. They're looking for one of the other siblings or something like that, and they're sitting in the car. She's putting her makeup on. She has heavy lipstick, heavy eyeliner, and she's putting her makeup on. She's like, "We're gonna get fucked up." I'm like, "What?" I
always kind of find it weird when there's a kid talking curses in a movie.
In a movie, I feel like, okay, well, I know it's a movie, but no one's like, there's no voiceover. Like, she's actually saying this.
Yeah, they did that a couple times with those Judd Apatow movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy out here what you see sometimes. You'll see, I think that... I think that out here, when I see like a mom with a kid, first of all, that's kind of rare out here. Like in my neighborhood, there are no kids, like ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like it's like, characters from a video game, like no children.
Sims.
But no, getting back to that makeup stuff is that you'll see like a mother dressing up her daughter like a mature woman. But then you'll see like older women dressing like teenage girls. So there's like a weird
reverse
obsession with age here, and I don't know what it's all about. Honestly, I think some people who come out here and have kids resent their children.
Yeah, they're the jealousy. So you're dressing them up, you're trying to speed up their progression, and then you're trying to regress back to your youth. Like, get it together.
Right.
Like, really. Why does she need blush? Why does she need nail polish? I mean, where is she going?
I don't know.
She's 4. Why does she need an iPad? Does she know what that is?
Right.
Like, it's getting to a point where it's a little ridiculous. Like, where's the childhood? Where did that go? Does she know what a swing is?
Yeah, I know. You go past some of the parks and there's no kids in the parks.
No, because they're inside on their iPad.
But what is the essence of makeup essentially? It's to
it's feeling grown up. It's feeling like I'm an adult.
Okay.
And I can play dress up, which is very dangerous because that little girl is going to be a teenager one day, and it's not going to be cute when she's 16 and pregnant, which is, by the way, a show that glorifies being 16 and pregnant.
Hey, at least they'll get a TV deal. This is ridiculous. People seem to like that out here.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, what are you doing?
Now, certainly girls, there's some girls who are of age wearing makeup that are wearing way too much of it. Way too much. Like, if I... Okay. It's kind of comical looking sometimes. Why do some people draw their eyebrows on? What's that all about?
Okay. That always
looks
so glad you brought that up. All right, fine. You have thin eyebrows because you let Ling Wan wax your eyebrows to the point where it won't grow back. Whatever. But if you're going to fill them in, at least make sure they're the same color as your hair. Your hair is light brown. Your hair is light brown. Why are your eyebrows jet black? Yeah, it looks like they took a marker sometimes and dragged it across. It's like, what are you doing? You know who when I was very young, I used to see like old people doing that, and their stuff would fall out, I guess.
God, dude, if I get that old and my eyebrow hair falls out, that's bad.
It wasn't even filling in though, Chris. It was just like a line because that's when thin eyebrows were in supposedly.
Yeah.
But no, like if you want to fill in your eyebrows, at least get the right color. Like if you're going to fill it in, the eye pencil needs to be one shade lighter than your hair color, like your scalp color. So it looks natural, it's blended in. You're coming out here looking like you just painted on your eyebrows with a permanent marker. And then your lipstick, you come out here looking with your lipstick all crazy, bright colors, and then your mouth, you're making your mouth look whiter than it is, like you're the fucking Joker. Like, where are you going? Where are you going? You're an actual woman, but you're walking in the street as if you're a transy.
Yeah.
Like someone would mistake you for a transvestite, and you're an actual woman. That's when you're just like, you know what? I gotta put the bag away. I gotta give it up. Like, this is just crazy.
Why do girls do that stuff?
Because they think it's cute. They want to look like a MAC makeup model. Mind you, that's for costume. It's cute. It's gorgeous, yes, but not for every day. Because you know what? That makeup that you're taking on every single day is destroying your skin.
Really? Does it?
Yes. And you get so used to having it on, don't make the mistake of sleeping in it. Because that's what it creates, little craters in your skin.
Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess it does because it's covering your pores.
It's covering your pores, and then you get acne, you get craters. This is why of course, when they make makeup, you have to make makeup cleansers and cleaners to get all that gunk off your face. Now, if you like makeup fine, I don't wear makeup every day. I wake up, I do my hair, I moisturize and go out the door. I'm not putting makeup on unless I have to.
Why would you have to? So let's get into this.
You go to like a meeting with a board meeting and the VPs are coming. You're not going to come out with no makeup. Like,
really?
Like you just came out of bed? No. It's very different for a man. Like you come out, you look presentable, whatever. But if you're going into the office like everyday work, who cares? You have your hair tossed up in a messy bun, whatever. You wear your suit, go do what you have to do and leave. But if you're meeting the VP, you put your makeup on. If you're going out to the club or you're going out with your girls, you put your makeup on. Now, you put your makeup on, but let it look natural.
Yeah, I think
putting makeup on is to maybe cover up, maybe you had a breakout, or you just want your skin to look flawless. So that's fine.
Right.
But don't cake it on.
I think I have some female sensibilities. I got called into a meeting the day of while I was at work, and I flipped. I told the boss, I said, don't do that to me again. You let me know if there's a meeting the day before.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, like, come on, man. I'm in a hoodie.
It's presentable. It's that automatic feeling like, okay, like, I can't come in looking like how I look on a regular day basis.
Yeah, because now you knew about the meeting. You look very prepared. Now here comes your schmuck.
Now you're making me look like shit.
Yeah, come on.
You know? So it's like certain things like that. But if you're confused as to whether you're wearing too much makeup or not, just think to yourself, if God forbid you went missing, okay, and your parents, your family, and your loved ones are putting posters up, and would people be able to recognize you with no makeup?
Oh, shit, that's true.
Would they? Like, oh my God, that's not that big. What? That's not.
Wait, let me write this down.
You have to do a DNA test just to prove you are who you say you are.
Okay, let me write this down. Chris, if you know you're wearing too much makeup, what is it?
If you know you're wearing too much makeup, if you don't know if you're wearing too much makeup, a great question to ask yourself is, if you went missing and you had no makeup on now, would people be able to recognize you?
All right.
Could they pick you out of a lineup?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They always have like a very smiling looking person on the missing poster.
And then you take the poster away and it's fucking Freddy Krueger. No, but like, no, seriously. It's crazy. Like, they have tutorials on where you can do a face contouring where there's highlighters and makeup where you can contour your face. You look like a completely different person by the time you're done.
Wow.
It's like, are you seriously?
Oh yeah, because the makeup has shading that
shading and contouring. Yeah.
Shape changes. Hey, did you see that thing? I don't know if it's real or not. I heard it might be a hoax or might be like. Sometimes it's hard to get news from like other countries, especially ones with different alphabets like China. In China, there was this crazy story floating around the internet that a man sued his wife $100,000 or so for delivering ugly children. Yeah. And they said it's because the wife, it was revealed that the wife had plastic surgery.
I heard that.
Do you not know that your wife got plastic surgery? Plastic surgery is pretty obvious to spot.
I heard that today. And okay, so apparently she had plastic surgery. He didn't know about it. And, you know, they had their first baby.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, okay. All right, well, maybe we can try this again. And they have the second child.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
oh, gosh.
All right, like, something's not right. You know, now he's pissed. Yeah. And he finds out she had plastic surgery years ago, and he sees, like, her real face, and he is livid. They show a before and after, and it looks like two completely different people. Now, honey, you can get that plastic surgery, but it's not changing your genes.
Well, I guess his argument is he didn't know. And
he didn't know. He felt like he was gypped.
Well, I mean, in New York or L.A., I guess we've seen it for so long, but you know, in some of these other places, that might be like really sacrilege.
Yeah, like how dare you?
I mean, if we're going traditional, the Bible says do not mutilate your body. The Bible even says don't pierce or tattoo yourself.
Whoops.
No, what does it say? If you have it says you cannot be buried if you have marked skin, or something like this. Like basically no self-mutilation.
Yeah.
So I guess in a very traditional sense, you could look at that as self-mutilation.
It is mutilation because you're not going down with your original piece. Like, it's just like, all right, you done messed this all up. Like, and you know, I mean, look at little Kim. Her face looks crazy.
Really? She has a lot of plastic surgery?
Oh my God, she looks crazy.
I haven't been keeping up on little Kim.
I haven't either, but it was just in my face. Like, I mean, it's like, it's going on.
That's what's in your online feed, huh? Little Kim, plastic surgery.
Little Kim. She used to be so pretty, and now it's just like, what are you doing, girl? What is happening? What's wrong? Like, I don't know. But yeah, people are cray.
Well, I guess everyone wants to stay young and look perfect.
But you don't look young. You look crazy. Like, you're not getting the effect that you want. Age gracefully. If you don't want to age rapidly, moisturize your damn skin. And that's not hard to do. Don't be a lazy ass. Moisturize your skin. Take care of your skin. That's the key to looking young. I swear to you.
I gotta start doing that. What type of moisturizer should I get? This is an estrogen-infused show today.
You think it is, but it really is not. You heard of men that take care of their skin too. It's like you want to stay young, you want to look youthful, and you know, without putting a knife to your face, then you moisturize.
What type do I get? Like, is it just called moisturizing cream or?
You can Eucerin is very good. Eucerin is actually pretty amazing because if you have oily skin. After you scrub and exfoliate after you get out the shower, because when you get out the shower, all that steam, it opens up your pores, so you can scrub and get the dirt out. And then you moisturize, like a thin layer of moisturizer, like Eucerin or something, on your face, you're good to go.
This is kind of, well, two things. First of all, if you have pimples, that's a pore issue. Your pores are clogged. And then if you're putting makeup on, concealer to cover up the pimples, you're doing double damage, right?
Mm-hmm. And then sometimes you'll sleep in it. Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're not going to go away if you keep doing that then.
Exactly.
And then the other thing, I guess, is, all right, so your pores are open while you're getting out of the shower.
Yeah, because of the steam and all that. You scrub and then you pat your face dry and then you use a little Eucerin all over your body and then your face, your hands, you're good to go.
Do people still use those blackhead strip removers? I remember that was like big back in the day.
That was big back in the day, but you know what? That alcohol is destroying your skin.
That's why.
It's too harsh.
Yeah.
Too harsh.
But there is certainly some sort of weird shit in your nose that if you do get out of the shower, I don't do it. I don't try not to do it that often, but once in a while I get bored and fascinated. I start
playing with the stress.
I close my nose and say, "Oh my God, look at that!"
Oh my God.
What's that all about? Why do we get that stuff there?
It's all oil. Like your skin is naturally oily, and then the air and all the dirt that, you know, falls in our skin and we're exposed to every day, it gets into the pores and it creates the pus smell. It's gross. So that's why you need to wash your face. The same way you take a bath, you need to wash your face.
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
Yeah.
The pores, the greasiness. I was wondering how so our skin's naturally oily, but like let's say you eat something that's completely not oily, like an apple or something that has no oil content. Will your face still convert it to oil?
It's going to do it for anything. Like you probably don't eat any greasy foods or anything like that. You eat completely healthy food. But your skin, I mean, you touch something, like your fingerprints, it's oily.
Right.
You produce it naturally. And it's exposed to the dirt. So the oil and the dirt create pimples and breakouts. So you have to clean it.
Right.
But when you clean it, you can't leave your skin dry, because the irony in it is you leave your skin dry for too long, your face is going to start to overproduce oil because your skin is dry.
Really? Okay, yeah, I was wondering that because, well, I'm Italian, so I have issues with the oil, I guess. But sad for me. I noticed
fix it.
That when I go to when I'm at work, like every hour or two, like let's say I went by the bathroom or something, I'd go in there and I'd kind of wipe my face down and then I get back to work. But is that bad for me? Like, should I not be doing that?
You shouldn't be doing that because, when you wash your hands in the bathroom and then you don't put lotion on your hands or you're ashy, you'll notice that a lot more with black people because you'll see the ash. But it's I got to get lotion. So I don't care who you are, you'll ask any black girl, she'll have lotion in her bag. At least 2 bottles is on, because we need to stay moisturized. We take care of our skin. That's how we were raised. But you go out, your hands are dry. So if you're doing this to your face, your face is more oily than your hands. So It's going to overproduce oil to make up for the fact that your skin is dry as hell.
Okay, so then you're washing your face and then you're putting the moisturizer on, but then doesn't the moisturizer, like concealer, also clog your pores?
No, it's like Eucerin. You have to get a water base, no oily stuff. Like Eucerin is very, very good. Like you'll feel like it's just moisturizing, but it's not leaving you greasy, and it'll get into your pores and keep it from stopping you from getting wrinkles. Like it keeps your face plump. So you put that on. Don't put a thick ass layer like you're lotioning your elbows. Like you just need a thin layer to moisturize under your eyes and your forehead, your nose, moisturize all of that, and then your hands.
Hey, if black people have naturally dry skin, then how do they age so gracefully?
We don't have naturally dry skin, but it's like water and that stuff. When we scrub, then we put moisturizer on. Like we scrub to get the dirt off, to get all the stuff off the day. Like I have a exfoliant that I use in the shower. So you scrub and you exfoliate. So that exfoliating is like you're bringing new skin. And then now that new skin is, fresh, you moisturize on top of that. So it's like, okay, baby soft skin.
So you're saying every older black woman that looks young is because they've been taking care of themselves their whole life? Or is there also something genetic that these people age more gracefully?
It's the melanin. Melanin is a known fact to protect your skin from the sun and all skin damage. Okay. So we have a lot of it.
I understand. So even though, so what you're saying is that even though the skin might appear ashy, it's just that's a base layer that's being produced.
It's just dry.
That protects the inner layers.
Right, the inner layers. So if you see ash, she just needs lotion.
That's interesting.
Or they need lotion.
I was this is so crazy. You know how in the I guess what would be the new version of the side of the milk carton, you'll get a flyer in the mail that has coupons on it, and then you'll see this person went missing 15, 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And the other day I looked and it was a little black kid that went missing 15 years ago or something like that, and they were like, this is what he would look like today. You know how they do those pictures? This is what this person would look like 20, 30 years later. He looks exactly the same. His haircut changed. I was like, oh my God.
And it happens. It freaking happens. Like my mother, I swear to you, God bless her soul, she is 52 right now. And this woman looks like she's in her 30s. She'll be standing next to me and my two sisters. We tower over her because she's 5 feet 4. So she's not tall at all. She's a munchkin. And she looks so young.
Lucky. I think I already look like I'm 60-ish.
No, it's because you have to take care of your skin, Chris.
I know. I got to get the moisturizer. I can't even remember to get the soap. Now I got to do the moisturizer.
And you tan, so I already know you got melanin in there. So
I tan, but it's out here. The sun is so strong all the time. It's like I've gotten sunburned way more than I like.
Oh hell no!
And then what's the deal with that? With sunburn, you know, they say, is it true? They say if you get sunburn even once in your life, you could get cancer.
No, it's not once in your life, but
I'm
it's
way
like
past
you have to take care of your skin. Your skin is your protector. It's your shield from all this other stuff out there, like germs and things you pick up in the air. Like, it's protecting everything else. So you got to take care of it. Especially the sun. The sun is like, it fries your skin. Like, it's literally frying your skin. Like, and all these people that want to put, you know, hairspray and the shit in the summer, and then your scalp is burning, girl. Like, you want the hell out.
All right, I'm gonna write that down. My scalp. Don't let your scalp burn, girl.
Don't let it burn.
All right.
I'm telling you, just make it a personal project, Chris. Just exfoliate and moisturize for a month. And then tell me how your skin looks after that. Like your face, especially.
You're trying to get me to go full Hollywood out here, aren't you? What is it called again? Eucerin? Oh,
Eucerin lotion.
Eucerin.
It's not feminine. Men and women can use it, so that's why I chose that brand. It's very good. And then exfoliate. So get like a exfoliant, like when you're in the shower, you like scrub your body and scrub your face, your back of your neck, all that. And then you'll actually see like what comes off your body in the shower, and you're just like, oh my God.
Wow.
Like, it's a layer of skin. You like, oh, like I was gonna sleep in this.
You feel like a reptile.
It's so gross. You like, oh, yeah.
Okay, I will do it. Thank you, Eva.
It's a new beginning. You're welcome.
And if anyone out there likes the show, please subscribe to us on iTunes, YouTube, or Shooting the Ish. Facebook.com/shootingtheish, shootingtheish.com if you want to send us an email, loving or hating. Please send us an email at shootingtheish@gmail.com. Feel free to leave a 30-second voicemail in MP3 format. So thank you again, Eva. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check out what Eva's up to, and she covers a lot about this Generation Y stuff that we were talking about, you could check her out at mademagnyc.com. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. Talk to you later.
See ya.